What's up? Welcome to another Tavern Tales. You might be thinking, hey, you're about a week and 2 weeks maybe late, too late.
Too very late.
Very yeah. That must be one good film you're watching. Um, but we're late because well, we were gonna do it. We're pushing it back now to the last Saturday of each month, just so it's easier for everyone. All right, these if for
Easy
those
from us to remember.
yeah, for those that don't know, this series is pretty much us chill stream, just telling stories about life, whilst playing Minecraft. And now we're actually on an official world, aren't we? We're on,
The world,
we're
in
on
fact.
yeah. In fact, yeah. Let me rephrase. We're on Earth, and we're coming. We're
More
coming.
specifically,
Sorry.
Cambridge at the minute.
Yeah,
Technically,
we're in
we're in
Cambridge,
Cambridge.
building a little home. Hopefully, it'll be modded soon. We're planning to get some mods. This is the home. It's not done. It's kind of a bit of a construction site at the moment, but oh well. Game is game and whatnot. You know, whatever else they be saying these days.
Very cozy home.
It's very cozy, very big. So I hope you guys are ready. Yeah, the reason why we're late though is because last Saturday, the Saturday we were going to stream it, we were both extremely tired and thought no. So then we didn't. That is
Simply no. Not
yeah.
doing it today.
It was just very much
You
nah.
can't make me.
Exactly. Can't be bothered. You know how it is. But strap in. You know, it's not going to be this day. Normally, like I said, it'll be Saturday of every last month. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got stories to tell. We've got the film to review that we did, and we've got
And we're
to.
going to Greenland.
We're going to Greenland for the day. Hell yeah. So, let's. I think we should probably head up to Scotland, right?
Yeah, Scotland is the best place to go from. To go to Greenland, obviously everybody knows that. It's just simply a fact of life.
Yeah.
These are the sheep.
Oh, I haven't introduced the sheep, guys. These are the sheep. They appeared.
Much more important than the bloody sheep.
Okay, well, sorry, sheep. I guess you'll get your
Sheep are point-
I guess you'll get your screen time when we invade Wales. Yeah, you're right. We've got one more person that we need to see. It's a little bit more.
the most important member of the Tavern Tales universe.
Exactly, guys. We're creating a Tavern Tale universe. This series has gone beyond bloody Minecraft. Let's go and ignore this. This is temporary. Food
All
management.
This is temporary into the pit.
Welcome to the hole. It's wet, soggy. We've got our boy, Jeremy Clarkson. Hell yeah, Jeremy Clarkson.
He lives in our hole.
He lives in our.
Gives us wool.
He lives in our damp hole, and he gives us money if we give him wool. So I'm pretty happy about that. This is the English treasury. We have got about 10 diamonds, one bit of iron. It's quite dire actually. Yeah, maybe don't care much
Let's go
about
to
that.
Scotland.
Let's head to
see more
Scotland,
of
fellas.
what's going on down here.
Let's go to Scotland. We have travelled around like the whole country, haven't we? We've done that already.
We did it. We did a little wander around yesterday, yeah, around the entire country.
Just to sort of explore what we have. Ignore that little groaning sound. That was just
My stomach.
hell. Yeah, that was just my stomach. Sorry, guys. I haven't eaten in we are actually starving. We are in a famine at the moment, aren't we?
We are in. Well, we've got bread.
Yeah.
We ain't got much else other than bread.
Yeah, it's just the same meal 3 times a day. Really.
Eventually, I think we're gonna have to execute the sheep.
Don't tell them that, man. Come on. They literally came. Guys, I'll tell you a little story about the sheep. They kind of. So. We were just in the hole. And overnight, they just kind of appeared, built their barn by themselves, and just sort of said, "Yeah, we're gonna hang out with you guys now." And I love that.
Yeah.
I love the little happy sheep story. That they
But
just.
one day we are gonna have to cook and eat them.
Yeah. Probably not even too far away from them as well. I mean, we'll be living in that house. It'll be only a couple feet away from them.
Yeah.
That's really bad. God.
they'll, they'll be able to see the oven where they can
They'll
get
see the chimney,
food.
they'll see the smoke in the air and go, huh, that smells like my brother.
Oh no!
Yeah, wait, that is my brother. What the hell are you doing? Sorry, sheep. I didn't mean to. And that is what's gonna unfortunately happen, but that's just the circle of life. Some with vegans and vegetarians will go, no, you're a monster. And I'd agree. But that's life. Yeah. I mean, that's just how it is. How about
So
you?
on
Yeah. No, sorry, go
on
on.
the subject of food,
Mm,
our first little story
for the evening.
for the week,
Yeah,
yeah,
for the
for the
week.
evening,
Yeah.
is a person that I encountered when I was in a shop,
Oh, yeah.
a good old shop, and they're obviously out doing their weekly shopping, you know, getting all the essentials and all the things that you need to live a life in modern Britain.
Yeah. So a
Um,
lot, I guess.
and so I was sort of going down the you know, the sort of chilled aisle, you know, with all the fridges and all that stuff,
Hmm.
and he starts sort of putting stuff into his trolley, and I sort of looked, and it was like, that's a lot of Rustler's burgers you're picking up there,
Hell yeah.
mate. Now, for those who may not be aware of what a Rustler's burger is, then surely you must be educated in the culture of Rustlers, the wonderful culture uh, of, of the burger.
Hell yeah,
But they
man.
are simply the greatest food item ever created, in that they are just a sort of dry, dry refrigerated thing that might be made out of food.
Slab of meat, or in quotation marks meat, with the most hard stale
Baby
bun
meat.
ever.
They taste sort of dry. They sort of are mostly well, here we're up coast of Scotland anyway, but they're mostly just sort of chemicals. But he bought quite a lot of them, and along with his purchase of quite a lot of Rustler's burgers was quite a few packs of what is known as Billy Bear ham.
Hell
Which,
yeah.
again, for those who are not educated in the culture of Billy Bear ham, is sort of again may, maybe meat that is mostly chemicals and probably a lot of plastic
Oh yeah.
in the shape of a little bear
Little,
face.
yeah. Like, you know, like Freddy Fazbear. Little Freddy
Yeah,
Fazbear
like Freddy
heads.
Fazbear, or other bears are available, like Wee Bear Bears and
And pom pom bears and yeah.
Pom Bears and
Yeah.
the bear from Madagascar 3. Yeah, there's loads
Hell
of
yeah.
bears, but in the shape of bears. And I thought, you know, that is a man with a good taste and culture. Because I then
He
saw him
was.
later on also picking up about 20 pot noodles. So obviously he's really,
Guys, this is
really
the
living his
peak
best life.
of British living. Okay?
British life.
If you're not if you're not going to the shop, if you're not waking up in the morning and you're not getting a crave for Russ's Burger, Billy Bear ham, and chicken and popcorn pot noodle, not popcorn, sweet corn. If you're not craving that, I don't know, but if you're not craving that in the morning, then shame on you, because you should be. Such a yummy little
That should be
taste.
the one thing that you want, and it's bloody raining.
Yeah, maybe if I talk to the gods for a second, it will stop. Hello, the gods. Stop it. It didn't
I
work.
don't think they're gonna listen.
It's fine. You know what? It's fine. We're just gonna have to go to Greenland, soggy and slightly hungover. I hope that we don't miss Greenland and we end up in fucking the Atlantic.
No, if we miss, we're already in the
Oh yeah, I
Atlantic.
mean
If
the
we miss
North Pole.
Greenland, we're ending up in Canada. So,
Oh, we don't want to go there until a couple months. Yeah,
so
till the
it'll be
winter.
interesting because we've still then got to find our way back, which we hadn't thought about. But who gives a shit, really? Anyway,
This is true.
next, what is next thing that needs to
So,
be spoken about?
well, you know how we're sort of, leaving the country, leaving England.
Yeah.
I actually realised that I've not spoken about my trip to Amsterdam to anyone
Oh yeah.
that I went on, and I want to talk about it. We're not going to go too in depth, but
No.
I want to talk about sort of the fun sights I saw in Amsterdam, in the Netherlands. Now I went for a weekend, and it was quite sunny. It was quite warm, and I could say I went strongly for the history, the museums, and of course the wheat nut. I mean, I went for the museums. Anyway. So I'm an art student. Not that well, I was. I'm not now. So, of course, I had to go and visit the Vincent van Gogh Museum. Now, you guys might be like, "Oh my God, I love that guy. He's that one Dutch guy." Hell yeah, he is. And I went to the museum, and it was so cool seeing all of his artwork and everything. I also went to Madame Tussauds. You might be like, oh, that's a bit of a change, bit of a like left turn, but I'm all for it. And I got photos with people like, is it Kate and Harry?
Kate and William.
Kate and William. I saw. No, I did. I saw Meghan and Harry. Sorry, that's what it was.
Meghan and Harry.
I saw those two. Took a little photo. No, I didn't actually get a photo of them actually, but I saw them. I saw The Rock. I saw. I saw Bob Marley. I saw Vincent van Gogh himself. Took a photo of him.
Yeah.
I saw Princess Diana. Took a photo of her.
I was waiting for big Princess Diana.
Got a nice photo of her. So these are all great, and of course, the thing about Amsterdam is when I went is that it always felt safe. It never felt bad. It never felt like something was gonna happen. And it was just weirdly like, yeah, it was weirdly just like a really, when like you're walking down the streets of London at night, you're always like, oh, don't walk out at past 9 p.m. because you're gonna get stabbed. And it's not you might get stabbed, you will. Well,
Yeah.
when I was in Amsterdam, I never had that feeling. It was very much just sort of, I don't know. It was really nice. Well, not weird. I guess it was weird because I wasn't used to it being like, being able to feel safe walking out at night. So that was quite nice. I thought I'd just share that because oh, there's ice. Please don't say we're in the North Pole.
Well, we've hit something.
Or arguably worse, Russia. But we shouldn't be in Russia. Russia would be more that way.
Well, Russia would be the other way.
Yeah. What's it? Yeah. I thought I'd share that experience because we'll inevitably be visiting the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And so, yeah.
You can see it from the docks next to the hole where Jeremy Clarkson lives.
Yeah. Love that guy. He's such a staple to the Tavern Tale world. We need to create a tavern. We do need to create that. Well, it'll probably be done by the June Tavern Tale stream, which we do stream this every single week. The end of
month.
Yeah, sorry.
Every month.
End of every month.
Saturday, it should be on every month.
Yeah, and it's cool. We hang out. I'll probably also do a couple of streams just building stuff on there anyway. So yeah, make sure to follow if you haven't already. Follow and subscribe and do all the cool things.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. You've got
Anyway,
yeah, yeah.
what have I got?
Well, I was gonna say you've actually got a new thing to tell, which I'm actually surprised hasn't came up yet. Which is some
Oh
people
yeah, I
may
got
be wondering why your voice is now so clear and crisp.
why my voice is so clear and crisp is because I have both a new microphone and a new PC,
Hell yeah.
which all arrived today and has been set up today by a very sleep deprived me, which is fun.
So
As I woke up
yeah.
at 3 o'clock this morning and haven't slept since then.
Oh
So that's the situation we're in.
well, let's yeah. So let's hope nothing breaks, but
Yeah,
no promises. I'm really scared.
no
We are just
promises
sort of
there.
in the sea. There's a bunch of tiny icebergs.
Oh look, I'm at land.
I really hope this is Greenland and not bloody Canada.
Well, we'll all find out together.
Yeah. Why? Okay. Well, let me take the boat that was just been jammed in between two bloody ice bits.
Whatever this land is, here we come.
I don't think this is
The thing
Canada.
is, the thing I worry more about is that this is Iceland.
Oh, it might be.
Not that would be okay because it means we're still on the right course, but it would mean that we've got much further to go than we thought.
Oh,
The scary thing is that this is Canada, but I don't think we've been going for long enough.
I
for
don't
to
think
be
this is Canada. I don't think it is.
So the chances are it's either Greenland, Iceland, or the North Pole.
Do you actually want to tell people why we're coming here? I realise that we haven't explained
Oh
it.
yeah, because we haven't explained why. It's because this world, we didn't make this world because we're fucking lazy.
Hell yeah.
But this is a sort of downloadable Minecraft Earth map, and supposedly somewhere up here there's some sort of like thing to do
Yeah, some
to
kind of
make the
temple.
world a better place.
Yeah, which is
But
of course
we
what
need
we
to
want.
find it.
Yeah, we just sort of,
Up here in the Winter Wonderland.
Yeah, I feel like it's too summary that people aren't going to be able to relate for us running through bloody fields of snow.
Yeah.
Well, whilst we're doing this, I suppose I do have another story to tell, don't I?
Yeah.
And the story's been coming for a while. I want to sort of wait for a time, but I'll explain it to you. I'll give you a little bit of backstory first. So, guys, from my college years, which wasn't that long ago, it was literally only just a year ago, it was a residential college, so we stayed on site, we stayed on campus, they had dormitories. Now, these buildings were detached from the school, and they would have obviously your bedrooms, your like living area, lounge, and also the balcony that was always locked. Now, yeah, I think this was Greenland. I don't know what. Anyway, me and Azimuth would spend nights, just sort of talking and hanging out. And this would be for most weekends. So it would be like Fridays and sleep. Fridays and Saturdays, and anyway, at some point during the summer of last year, I realised how to unlatch the windows. The windows were latched and sort of locked, so you could only open them halfway. I figured out how to open them the full way. So this gave me the great idea of when we were on Discord together at about 1 a.m. in the morning, and I said, "Hey man, you know what would be super funny? Like, so to a dormitory, it'd be like 4 people to a dorm, like a corridor, like a unit, and so it was me, a house parent, so just staff that make sure we're not all bloody causing anarchy, and then 2 other students. Now, one of the students were gone, and it was only me and another student and this house parent. So I was like, okay, cool, this is good. I was like, dude. So I was talking to Azimuth on Discord, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna sneak out of the room and go onto the balcony. And it was like 1 a.m. in the morning. It was pitch black because it was sort of like, yeah, it was yeah. And what was your sort of reaction? You know, tell the audience what your reaction was.
Well, I didn't think you'd actually
You
make
didn't,
it out there.
yeah, you didn't think
Be
I'd
honest.
make it because my room was right opposite my house parents, so I had to be very quiet. So I get
And
my
I was also a bit confused the entire time, mainly because the connection on Discord on your phone was
very
terrible.
yes, it was because we didn't have internet, so I had to use phone data. The internet went off at a certain
Yeah.
time. So I get on my big slippers, my dressing gown. It's still a bit cold. Now I'm thinking about it, I think this was probably about February time, maybe March. It was a bit cold because I did it twice. So, but this is the first time, and so I get all these clothes on, and I go okay. So I get out my. I slowly open my door. Now these were like massive, heavy fire doors, and they would squeak like crazy. So I'm sort of pushing the door and sort of, and I'm like shit, shit. But eventually, somehow, I open the door and I'm like, okay, this is good. I'm in the corridor and I see the light below the house parents' door is on, and I hear the TV's on. And I'm like, okay, she's awake. Okay, I actually do have to be quiet. So I was like, and then I was like, she definitely just heard me leave. I'm gonna do some like bloody, well smart IQ, level 1000 IQ, and I pretended to go to the toilet. Oh, that's kind of cool. I pretended to go to the toilet rapidly, and
Epic shit.
epic shit. So I go into the toilet. I then flush. Wait about 5 seconds. All whilst Azimuth's on the phone with me on Discord, fucking like laughing. Probably explaining some historical like event that I wanted explained, and
Yeah.
I then sort of go back to my door, open and close it, and then sort of make my way down to the kitchen. So I'm like, okay, she probably thinks I've gone back to sleep, whatever, it's fine. So I'm now in the pitch black sort of lounge area. It's dark, it's creepy as hell. Everyone's asleep. It's like 1 a.m. And so I'm like, okay, I've got to get through these windows. And these windows were like connected to a door, so it was a door and then two windows next to it. And these windows were quite high up. So I sort of was like, okay, dude, I'm gonna have to like bloody, proper squeeze through these windows. So I open these windows and they open fairly wide, but not that wide. And I'm sort of like sitting on there, dangling my legs out, and then I hear I hear something in the hallway, and I'm like, shit. But it's nothing. It's whatever. Nothing happens. So I'm like, okay. I then sort of slide outwards. I slide out, and I then make it onto the onto the balcony, and I'm out there. I'm like, oh, I did it. I made it. And Asmus like, wow, I'm actually surprised. And
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, this is so cool. This is so cool. And throughout this whole event, by the way, I had a Dr. Pepper in my hand, because of course I had to. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh my god, this is sick. And I have Spotify on as well, and I start playing the Undertale soundtrack, the one you guys always listen to. I don't think I can stress how much like that song, the song Undertale, has like a massive sort of impact in defining key moments in my life. So I'm sort of like playing that song. That song sort of comes on my headphones. I'm like, oh, this is such a vibe. I then look to my left, and it's the window to my dormitory mate's bedroom, right? So in a separate bedroom, obviously, but it was his window, and his window was very close to it. And like, if he looked out of that, he'd see me almost immediately. And I go, shit, because I realised his window was open. And I'm like, oh no. Okay, I really hope he didn't hear me. So I'm sort of whispering. I don't know what we're whispering about, but we're probably just sort of, I don't know, just sort of joshing around, whatever. And
We were talking about something.
yeah, and then and then I'm like, okay, I'm sort of looking out across the campus. It's so cool. I'm like, damn, this is awesome. And then nothing happened. You know, thankfully, I don't wake the other guy, and no one knows about it to this day. But I then come back and yeah,
For the entire internet now.
except for whoever's
you've
gonna
just
watch
been
this.
told.
Yep, and me and you, and that was one of our very chaotic but somewhat weirdly normal 1 a.m. Discord calls that has happened.
Hmm.
This would then lead to me. So we'd have 3 periods during college where we wouldn't be able to go back to our dormitories, but I would just sneak out. There was like a back door to the dormitories that I'd always go through. Never get caught, but I had to be careful because there were still staff on there walking past. That was so cool. Like the amount of times I was like, damn. I mean, I almost got caught several times, but not because like I wasn't being sneaky. It'd be like later where someone would be like, "I came and check up on you, and I didn't know where you were," and I'd be like, "Oh, I was in the toilet," haha, and they'd believe me because yeah, they wouldn't have.
Having another epic shit.
Yeah, exactly. See, the toilet saved my life so many times. Now you guys wonder why I bring it up in so many videos about how much I love the shitter. It's because it saved me so many times. So that's another little sort of tale into. I used to always sort of sneak back from school into my dorm room. I would like sort of, if it was a Monday, have like leftover food from the weekend that would be in the fridge that I'd then just sort of be eating. I'd have to like sneak into the kitchen. Yeah, it was like, bro, it was so cool. Oh no, that's not good. Ow. Oh, 1 sec, I need to get up that mountain, mate. I just placed water down and then realised immediately that that's going to turn to ice. Then I felt pretty silly.
Because of the horrifically cursed tick speed on this world that just makes everything turn to ice immediately.
Yeah, exactly
Or
that.
grow immediately, or break immediately.
Hell yeah. But anyway, I spent most of my time just sneaking into my dorm, watching. I was really like obsessed with sort of like liminal spaces in the background, so I just sort of watch backroom like documentaries and stuff. Not any of like the goofy stuff, all of the entities and whatever. We don't like that stuff here. But where it's classic, backroom stuff, or I'd be like trying to find like games for me and Azimuth to play.
Yeah.
Wouldn't I? It was so cool. They were some of the best days, weren't they? I mean, definitely got some stories, more stories to tell, which I'll probably tell in later streams. I can't just all tell you guys everything now. Got to air it out, but yeah.
I'm getting my entire life story now. Thank you very much.
Exactly. But yeah, that was crazy. The amount of times that it was good. Those were good times for sure, and it's always the song Undertale and Dr. Pepper that's with me in those key moments, as they should be. Am I right, fella?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Most important parts about life.
Exactly. Now, like, just back to the craft for a second. Where the hell are we?
No idea.
Okay, 1 sec. Let me actually put on my coat. Yeah.
We're just sort of like, well, I mean, wherever we are,
I've got a little bit of a way for us to segue into the next section.
Oh my god, have we actually gone that far?
What do you mean?
Oh, I don't know what the next section is going to be, but if it's what I
Well,
think it's going to be, then I mean,
The kind of main event of these podcasts,
yeah.
live podcasts, you could say.
Well, dude, that's another thing I wanted to bring up for you. Actually, I might as well bring it up to you on podcast on stream. I was talking to my friend yesterday who also came up with another story that I should tell, which I'll probably tell in the later stream. Is that like
Time.
nothing's better? Yay! Nothing's stopping us from uploading these to like Spotify. You know?
I don't think they're that interesting to people.
I know, but maybe in the future, just people to sort of.
Maybe. When they get better and more professional and less crap. Then yeah.
They're still cozy. They're still cool.
Yeah. But anyway, the main event of these shows is,
Yeah.
of course, our monthly film reviews.
I suppose we have got
Now,
many a film to talk
yeah,
about.
well, this month we have 5 films because we watched an entire series.
Hell yeah.
One of my favourite film series ever. Well, I love the first 3. The other 2 are okay.
Oh yeah.
Um, and after our, quite frankly, amazing review of Napoleon last month,
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
it is time for us to review the legendary Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep. Pirates of the
So
Caribbean.
I'd like to
Go on.
just sort of put it out there in general, because you'd never seen these films before.
Nope, never.
What were your general thoughts when we were watching them? Like, what do you generally
Well,
feel about
I'll go
them?
for a sort of overall summary of how I felt, and that is that it stayed strong throughout. There was never a moment when I was watching it where I was like, I'm kind of bored, or like I'm not really enjoying it. I was always enjoying it. There was always sort of enough action, enough story, and just enough funny moments where I was like, oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty good. It always seemed to, yeah, it always sort of kept a strong interest. I mean, the characters are really cool. My favourite character is your favourite character, which is
Yeah.
weird. Weird how that happens sort of naturally. Is that
It doesn't usually happen.
no? So the thing is, right, is when we're watching films, just sort of like a side rant, is when we're watching films normally, is I will always sort of become really hooked with the main character, and Asmith would always become hooked with sort of like the side, not really side character, but sort of like, yeah, like not the main character, just like sort of, yeah. But this time, it's happened where I sort of preferred the side character more than the main character, so Captain Jack. Even though I loved Captain Jack, it was funny, it was hilarious. Arguably,
Both of us agree that
oh
the greatest character in these films is, of course, Captain Barbossa.
hell yeah, he was so funny.
there-
Like
There is no one quite like Barbossa.
in the first film, of course, I was a little bit unsure about him. There's going to be spoilers, by the way, so if you also haven't watched it like me, then go.
But then again, these films, like,
They
for
have.
the most part, are like nearly 30 years old or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
So at the beginning, obviously, you're not really know. I didn't really know how to feel about Barbosa because I was like, oh, he's like evil in quotation marks, and he's dead. So I'm like, ugh, well, I don't know what to make of him. But I feel like the second film, I was like,
which he's only in one scene in the second one.
he is, but his comeback. Yeah, I was trying to realize I was a cliff. His comeback was
when
so
he
good.
comes back from the dead. Spoilers, because he dies and comes back.
Hell yeah.
Is an iconic scene and probably the best in that film, with the exception of that goofy sword fight they have on top of that spin that wheel when they're going through the jungle.
Every time I'm sort of like, I was like, I'll be watching it and I'm like, every time I saw two characters not having an agreement, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna have a sword fight. Realised that they're like, whatever, and then one of them's gonna lose, and yeah. Funniest moments, moments that I point out is when they steal the bank.
Probably the highlight of the 5th film, to be honest with you, is when they steal the bank rather than just the bank vault.
Yep, when Elizabeth has to give up all of her weapons.
Oh yeah, when they make her take her clothes off in Singapore.
Hell yeah.
That is one of the iconic moments.
I just love sort of Barbossa's sort of reaction to it all.
Yeah, his little reaction, his gif faces.
Other parts, other funny moments. When Captain Jack Sparrow kind of went a little bit schizophrenic, pretty funny.
The entirety of the 3rd film is just
Yeah.
Captain Jack Sparrow's schizophrenic.
I am unsure on what my favourite film is.
I'm always been very, very certain that it is number 3 for me, but then I've watched them like hundreds of times, and that one specifically hundreds of times.
I did really like number 3, but I did really like number 4.
I think number 4 is possibly my least favourite, but it has some good moments.
Yeah, that's
I don't
fair.
know what it is about it that I don't like as much,
Mm.
but it's just not quite there for me.
But I feel like, and you'd agree that there's not like, even though we don't like certain films, they're not bad. Like that's what's crazy is that like, even though we don't like them, these aren't like. It's not because it's
Yeah,
awful. It's not because like the acting was poor or anything.
it's
It's
not because it's objectively terrible. It's because there are just bits of it that I don't like when compared to the first three.
yeah, exactly. But overall, I'd say it was great. It was a great watch. I did like it. Um, there were like, okay, the bit that was meant to be emotional that I didn't find emotional at all was at the end of the fourth film or fifth film, sorry, when Barbosa dies. Now,
Yeah,
I'll tell you guys why this wasn't as impactful. I just need to eat some bread. I'll tell you guys why this wasn't as impactful to me than it maybe should have been, and that's because although and you've got to remember I haven't been in like the fandom, I haven't been in the media. This was me watching the films. What I got out of it is like, oh okay, Barbosa dies, but I'm not upset about it because it's like, you know, um, he's came back before. What's stopping him from coming back again? And I'm sure there was plot on what was stopping him, but it's like
Mm.
he's came back again so many times. It was sort of like almost it almost felt like sort of death didn't really matter in this universe. Um,
yeah,
which I feel like kind of made his death, for me at least, not that. It was impactful in the way that, you know, like obviously you find out that he's a father, he sacrificed his life for his daughter. Um, it's like, yeah, like that's good. You know, like afterwards, I was like, that is all really good, but I feel like that would be better if I didn't have the feeling that he could just come back, like they could bring him back.
yeah.
That's sort of my only like minor, not really, yeah, like my minor criticism towards it. I'd say is
Mm.
simply just I didn't, yeah. I mean, it was all good, obviously, but it's just sort of story wise. I don't know. It didn't really hit me that hard. I don't know how you felt about it. To be fair, when you first watched it and saw it.
I mean, I first saw that in the cinema.
Mm.
Because I that's the only one of these films I went to go and see because it's the only one that I would have been old enough to go and see anyway.
Yeah.
Because that came out in 2017, and back then I was like, still very much into it, and Barbosa's obviously always been my favorite character. So I suppose back then it did have that, but at the same time, you know, it's like you said, he's gone and come back before. And like, while I don't think they will bring him back again, if they make, well, I think they are making a new one, but I think it is going to be a reboot, so it's going to be terrible. So getting the reviews out of the way now, while we can still say that they're all good.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I
Yeah. No,
suppose it didn't really have that much of an impact. It had an impact back then, but it doesn't like retain that impact.
mm. Yeah. I I feel like it is just sort of the idea that even though probably when he could, where it's just like sorry outside. I mean, like yeah, but there another funny part was when we just meet Captain Jack's dad in jail.
Oh no, his uncle.
Oh, his
It's
uncle.
his uncle that's in jail. There's Paul McCartney.
Yeah, that was
Because his
actually
dad is
great.
Keith Richards.
That was great.
His uncle's Paul McCartney.
Like that was a good moment. But I mean, do we? Yeah. I mean, obviously, I'll give my final words. But what's sort of your final words on the
I
whole
mean,
overall films?
my final words are that I think that they were the last truly great blockbuster films
Yeah.
that like made big bank money but were still great.
Mm.
Um, yeah, that's what my final thoughts on them are. They're some of my favourite films ever. I will always love them. I will watch them until the day I die. I love Barbosa. Um, rest in peace, King. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like I definitely had more. It definitely spiked an interest in me for like sort of pirates and the navy and whatnot.
Yeah.
Because I did say that on this world we should build the Black Pearl.
Yeah, we'll go build it in the Caribbean.
Hell yeah! So it's definitely sort of had an impact. I do really like them. I think that overall they were all great films. I never thought that one film was like lacking or like yeah, just falling behind. They were all great. The acting was amazing, but what can you expect? And
Also, the one thing I would
yeah.
always have to bring up, because a lot of people do, but I think it's really important to talk about it, is how good the CGI on Davy Jones still looks.
Yeah. I never really had
Like
an issue with any of the CGI. Well, there were bits, but like for most of it, yeah, the CGI was great.
I think
Especially
the
on
CGI still holds up because it doesn't look terrible.
yeah.
I think that actually the most dated one in terms of its CGI is number 5, because it's it kind of looks a bit too clean, but
Yeah.
And polar bears.
Oh yeah. What, they're going extinction, eh?
Different thing. What is this? Have we just actually found it just by running around
We might have.
the Arctic?
Hell yeah, it looks like we have. Alright, be careful. But also, we are British and we do technically own this.
Oh, nobody else is here, is there? Has any other country put their flag down here yet?
It's someone.
And quite clearly, it's ours.
Right, what am I looking at? Is this like a lift? Oh, well. Oh, I don't have water anymore. They're broken because it's like old redstone. Okay. I could probably make that full. Alright, tell my family, well, I guess my only family on this world is Jeremy Clarkson, so just tell him that he gets the property. Just push me, I can't, I'm too scared to jump.
Do you want me to give you a push?
I might die at, will I die, where's the ladder?
Anyway. Oh yeah.
You're actually gonna push me? What the hell?
Well, yeah, of course I was. Why would I not?
Trapdoor's already been open. Ouch. Where the hell are we?
No.
I hear a zombie, just ignore him, he's looking for attention. What's with these long corridors? Damn, what are we actually exploring right now?
This has now completely changed the subject. Pirates of the Caribbean, one of the best films.
Sorry, wait, yeah, let's stop outside this door. Summarise. Pirates of the Caribbean, great, awesome. We'll watch them again.
Yeah.
It was amazing, great, funny, action-packed, good. It was just, they were just good films, you know.
Have either of the 4 of you seen my bank? That's all we're gonna say.
Wait, we need to start rating these films. So we didn't actually rate Napoleon. Let's rate Napoleon.
Napoleon gets a strong 1 out of 10 for historical accuracy.
No, it had at least give it a 4.
3 out of 10 for historical accuracy. 100 out of 10 for comedic value.
Okay.
Overall, 10 out of 10.
We'll give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10 overall.
Yeah.
The comedic value of Napoleon really does bring it up for me. But
yeah, it does. Okay, but we're just sort of Pirates of the Caribbean. I think we should just rate them as a whole.
One or all of them?
We'll do like each one and then like sort of give it overall.
Okay.
So the first
I know
one.
where I'm gonna go overall, but
Yeah, no
the
way.
first one
The
I'd
same.
give a strong 8.
Yeah. Actually, I'd agree.
The second one
I'd
I think
give
is also a strong 8.
8. Yeah, 8. The
You know what?
third one you're gonna give a 10.
It's a 10.
I think for me, the third one's probably about a 9.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Yeah, I feel like there were definitely bits where I was a bit iffy.
It's the most confusing one.
Yeah,
I love it so
so I'm gonna
much.
give that one a lot.
Um,
But yeah,
the fourth one I'd give a 7. Like I criticize it, but I still
yeah,
like it
I'd
a
give it a
lot.
7. Yeah, I'd give it a 7. The
Um,
fifth one I'd give also a 7, to be honest with you, but
and overall, I'd give all of them a 10 out of 10. If I were to just Pirates of the Caribbean as a whole, 10 out of 10, perfect, love it.
yeah,
Because
but
when I look at it all on balance, I can basically ignore all the faults I have with each individual film.
and we're not going by bias. Me, I'd give them. I'd give it a solid. I don't know. I'd probably give it a solid 9 in my just in my opinion. But I feel like
So we'll round it out at a 9.5
yeah, we'll give it
between
a
us.
9. So yeah, we'll give it a 9.5 out of 10 for Pirates of the Caribbean, and a 7 out of 10 for Napoleon.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it.
I might actually, but no, before you do anything,
Yeah.
I'm gonna actually write that down.
Yes.
Because otherwise, we will.
Yeah, yeah. Write that down. Yeah, write it down. I was gonna see if it. I just realised what this was, and we're a bit early,
Oh yeah.
but
Oh well, we'll go in there in a minute anyway.
yeah, hell yeah. Um, should we say what next month's film is or not? Should we leave it for the stream?
No.
'Cause it's
next week is next month is going to be The Last of Us.
Yeah, Last of Us HBO series, which I love, but I want to see Asmus fit me on it. Oh, it's
My
actually kind of cool.
feelings on it.
And there's the end ball. Oh, we literally need to get 3 Ender Eyes. Let's go. Okay, so that's what we found. Why is this actually kind of sick? Wait, why do I actually feel like we should build some research center here? Whereabouts would you say we are? Are we in like
Greenland type area.
so we are in Greenland, so this might have been what the
Either in
book
the
was talking
Arctic
about?
or Greenland. We just sort of stumbled across it whilst wandering.
Yeah. Do we want to write down the coordinates?
I'll write them down when we get out the top.
Yeah. Oh yes, this lift. So yeah, next month we're going to be watching The Last of Us, one of my favourite games
No, that's the
ever.
other one.
Oh. Wait, there's something in there. Oh. Yeah. It's chest. What's in my chest?
But
Oh, what's it say? Wait, there's something like... There's a sign here. No, this isn't how you're supposed to play the game. Screw you, I'll play the game how I want to play the game. What was I gonna say? Yeah, one of my favourite games, and overall, well, I'm not gonna give my views on the series yet, but I'm sure you can guess. So that's what we're watching next month. Anyway, yeah, pick the head up. We'll put that in the museum. What did the book say?
British Museum.
Read the book.
It's just about the end ball. We'll
What?
read it properly when we come back here.
Ah, okay. For sure. How the hell are we meant to get out of here? Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Alright, cool. I can't believe we just stumbled.
Right.
Do you think this is what they were talking about?
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, I'd assume so. We still didn't read the book, did we? We just sort of... Yeah. Alright, time to head
Well,
back.
that was fun.
What a
Well, we
fun little
found what we were
experience we've
looking
had.
for anyway, so
Yeah, now we'll try and make our way back.
back to Scotland.
Yeah, this would be cool as like a little research lab. I think we should build a research facility here. 100%. Yeah, back to Scotland. But we have been live for about an hour now. So, I think we should probably end up it here. I feel like,
Yep.
they don't want us to go back all the way to fucking Scotland, for Christ's sake. So, if you guys did enjoy the live stream, then make sure to follow, go to the channel, subscribe. I've got a bunch of funny videos on there which I think you guys would find funny. So go hang
more
out.
funny ones coming.
Hell yeah. We're going to be playing on this series, so stick around for streams. And also, hopefully, they will be modding this world very soon. So, yeah, stick around. Thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. See you later, guys.